This is your Praveen Kumar from VISHNU IAS Academy. The topic for today's discussion is Pegasus Spyware. The news on Pegasus Spyware is highly circulated across newspapers, television channels, and social media. What is it all about? Come on, let's understand it. More than 50,000 phone numbers belonging to citizens of different countries were leaked, reporting that the persons using these phone numbers are under surveillance, means they are being tracked without their knowledge. On this issue, human rights group Amnesty International and a Paris-based non-profit media organization, Forbidden Stories, along with prominent international media groups like The Guardian, The Washington Post, etc. So totally 17 organizations formed a group to investigate into that leak issue under the name the Pegasus Project. And they discovered that some of the numbers in that 50,000 list are already being tracked, and some numbers could be potential targets for surveillance. What is more shocking is that in that 50,000 list, there are more than 300 Indian numbers. In that 300 list, there are one constitutional authority, two serving ministers in Narendra Modi cabinet, three major opposition leaders, and more than 40 senior journalists and prominent businessmen all over India. So these all phone numbers could be the targets for surveillance. With respect to this news, today we are going to discuss malware and its types, what is a spyware, and major focus is to be on Pegasus. How does Pegasus work? Legality of surveillance in India. What are the legal provisions for surveillance in India? And finally, cybersecurity framework in India. What is a malware? Malware is a software which is designed to damage a computer, a server, or network of a computer. There are many types of malwares. Here I have listed 3 of them. There are many more. Let's discuss these 3. First one, ransomware. What is ransomware? So generally attackers use this ransomware to extort money, to collect money from the users. The process is simple. Attacker sends attractive messages or emails to the target. Once you click on that message or email, automatically the ransomware will be installed on your device, and that takes control of your device. Deny access to your files. You cannot access your files. The attacker demands some money to be paid for the access to be restored. After the payment, the access may be restored. So this is ransomware. Next, adware. Let me give you a practical example about adware. While you are searching something on internet, for example, you are searching about shoes in internet. You searched it, you got the required information, you left. Then after some time, when you are seriously reading an article on internet, the shoe advertisement comes up onto your screen. Buy our shoes with a nice price tag. The information you search on internet is being processed and customized advertisements are being displayed. Number 3, spyware. A spyware is any software which is malicious, which is designed to enter into a computer, collect all the information in that device, and forward that information to a third party, simply attacker. So Pegasus is one such type of spyware. Pegasus is considered the most powerful spyware created till date. What is Pegasus? We all know Pegasus is a spyware. So it was developed by Israeli company NSO Group. It was designed to enter smartphones of both Android and iOS types. So it can enter both iOS as well as Android mobile phones. So what NSO says about this? NSO Group sells the software of Pegasus Spyware to governments only. So it sells spyware to only governments, not to the private individuals. It is a tool for targeted spying. Targeted spying means, see, we are a vast country, India. So we often face terrorist attacks. So we can spy on certain kind of people who may be threats to our society. So that is called targeted spying. What do you know about a zero-click attack? So actually, what is the difference between Pegasus and other spywares? This is the difference, zero-click attack. And it is a strength of Pegasus. Give a link, the Pegasus spyware can be installed onto the device. So it will not require any action by the user, like click or download. So it can hack a device by finding bug in the system software. Bug means an executable error in the system. So using that bug, attacker installs Pegasus spyware into your system without your knowledge. So assume this is a mobile phone. So these are some of the means through which Pegasus spyware can be installed onto the device. Number one, messages. They can send a link through SMS. Once you click on that link, the spyware can be installed. Number two, through a WhatsApp call. So attacker makes a WhatsApp call to your device. You know that you are receiving a WhatsApp call. After the WhatsApp call, the spyware will be installed onto the device. Third one, just we have discussed using bug in the system software. The first one requires click. As it is SMS, you have to click on that link for the Pegasus spyware to be installed. And the other two are WhatsApp call and bug. These does not require a click. If attacker wants to install Pegasus spyware on your computer, he can do it very easily using these two features. So how does Pegasus work? So after Pegasus spyware attacks your device, the Pegasus spyware on your device tries to connect command and control server, shortly CNC server. So this Pegasus spyware receives instructions from CNC server and it executes that instructions. After execution of that instructions, it collects data from the device and that data will be forwarded to CNC server. And it has some speciality. It has unique point. What is that? If Pegasus spyware cannot connect to the CNC server in 60 days, has the ability to self-destruct. Self-destruction means it can destruct itself if it do not connect to the server in 60 days. Information that Pegasus spyware can steal. Here see. So Pegasus spyware can steal, can extract information regarding SMS, emails, WhatsApp chats, photos and videos present on the device. And it can also activate your microphone and record phone calls. Also your conversations. It can activate camera and it can turn your device into a surveillance device. It can on GPS and track your movements. It can access to your calendar. It has access to your contacts book also. So what is the history of Pegasus misuse? There had been some incidents where Pegasus spyware was misused. It was in 2016. The Citizen Lab, it is a Canadian cybersecurity organization. It found that Pegasus was present in a smartphone of human rights activist Ahmad Mansoor. And in 2018, the same Citizen Lab reported that it identified 45 countries in which Pegasus was being used. Remember, in that 45 countries, India is also included. In 2019, WhatsApp revealed that journalists and human rights activists in India have been targets of surveillance using Pegasus. And the latest in 2021, you know what happened? So, does Pegasus Spyware has any benefits, has any advantages? Yes, of course. So, what is the advantage of Pegasus Spyware? So, actually, activities of criminals and terrorists can be tracked, which will help us to prevent potential attacks in the country. So, you can prevent terrorist attacks by keeping track on them. What are the disadvantages? If the same power is misused, then it would be a danger to privacy. Article 21 of Indian Constitution, a right to privacy. Information obtained through that spyware can be used to compromise institutions, destabilize institutions, and to steal elections, and to damage opposition campaign, and also to dislodge opposition government. So these are the threats of misuse of Pegasus spyware. What is the legality for surveillance in India? So according to Telegraph Act 1885, Section 5, Clause 2, state governments and central government can intercept, can track people on the grounds of sovereignty, public safety, security of the state, friendly relations with foreign states, or public order. So these are the grounds on which the government can track people. But can government track anybody on these grounds? No. So according to Rule 419A, directions for interception. So the legal orders for tracking should be issued from Home Secretary. Government of India has to give legal order. If it is in state, Home Secretary of State has to give legal order. Then only the tracking can be started. So after giving orders, the same Home Secretary has to forward the order to review committee. This review committee sits at least once in 2 months and review that legal orders, whether it is violating Section 5.2 or not. If that legal order is violating Section 5.2, then the review committee has the power to order its cancellation. And the other, Information Technology Act 2000, Section 69 gives the power to governments to monitor information through any computer resource. So these are the acts or provisions for the government of India and government of states which are legal to track on certain kind of people. So what is cybersecurity framework established in India? Number 1, Telegraph Act 1885 that we already discussed. Information Technology Act 2000 is also we discussed. Next, CERT-in, Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, CERT-in. So it is an office within Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, shortly MeitY. So CERT-in is nodal agency. Nodal means main agency to deal with cyber security threats like hacking and phishing. And next, Information Technology, Sensitive Personal Data or Information Rules 2011, shortly SPDI rules. So these SPDI rules strictly govern the corporate entities that collect and process sensitive information. Last but not least, Personal Data Protection Bill 2019, Section 24 of Data Protection Bill directs data controller to implement certain safeguards for several purposes, to prevent misuse and to prevent unauthorized access. So there is a question for mains examination. In the context of Pegasus Spyware, debate in the news recently suggests steps to be taken to balance privacy of individuals and security of the nation. So you have to answer this question in 150 words. It's for 10 marks.